the Allegheny Hello, welcome to the Allegheny County Human Relations Commission Diversity Awards Ceremony. I want to recognize County Executive Rich Fitzgerald, members of the Commission, William Price, Nicola Henry Taylor, Betsy Magley, Arthur Pang, and Marlon Woods. Representatives from Mount Lebanon High School, Pittsburgh Creative and Performing Arts High School, Quaker Valley High School, South Fayette Township School District, and West Mifflin Area Middle School and High School. Their friends and family, and of course, the students being honored here today. When I was growing up, I spent a lot of time with my grandfather. Like a lot of grandfathers, he liked to tell stories about when he was a boy, about being in World War II, stories about hunting, and especially stories about playing baseball. My grandfather was a pitcher on a team, and he would talk about different games and players he competed against. One of those players was Josh Gibson. During one of my grandfather's games, he threw his arm out and couldn't finish the game. He told how Josh taunted his team by saying that they were going to lose now. You could tell from the smile on his face that he liked competing against Josh. In case you don't know, Josh Gibson was an African-American who played for the Homestead Grays, part of the American Negro League, and by all accounts, one of the best players in any league. I didn't know this about Josh Gibson at the time. I found this out later. When my grandfather would talk about playing against Josh, he never mentioned that he was an African-American. That was because he looked at him as a competitor, a player, as a person. Isn't that we are wanting that everyone be treated as a person? Members of our societies have been striving for this goal for a long time. In 1865, Abraham Lincoln was killed for wanting this. In 1968, Martin Luther King Jr. was killed for wanting this. If on May 28, 2020, George Floyd would have been treated as a person, he would be with us here today. I'm so proud of honoring this group of students here today. They understand what is at stake. They understand that everybody needs to be treated as a person. With that, I want to introduce our Vice Chairperson, William Price.
Thanks, Dan. Welcome to all the participating school districts and all of the awardees. My name is Bill Price. I've been with the commission for a couple of years now. I currently have the position of Vice Chairperson, which I take great pride in. Later in our programming, you'll hear from the county executive, which is the individual responsible for appointing each one of us. And you will also hear from our colleague Marlon Woods, who I'm personally looking forward to hearing his thoughts, given the current state and history that we are in. First and foremost, I just want to say congratulations. The entire purpose of this award is to recognize the types of acts and deeds by students, people that are in the age of minority, that are doing things that we would hope and expect that people that are the age of majority are doing on a daily basis, which is being certain to include people and treat them as exactly that within our county, to enjoy the benefits of all our county has to offer. So I'd like to take a moment to just give a little bit of background so you understand the body that's recognizing you today. And it's not as much fun in person, but I'm happy to do it and host it through a Zoom call. So the party that you're dealing with today is called the Allegheny County Human Relations Commission. We're created by a county ordinance that was passed by county council. We are a typical human relations commission in that our charge and our mission is to enforce the basic laws for protected classes for things like housing, employment, and public accommodation. And I like to make things really simple. We just try to make sure that everybody has basic human necessities and rights that are enforced in our county, and that everyone that comes here, our visitors, our residents, our citizens, have the full enjoyment of our county. So that's our goal, and that's our role within this county. We are quasi-judicial in nature. So if somebody does do something impermissible in violation of the law, like denies housing to someone on the basis of their age or their gender or their race, they can file a complaint with us, and we can run an investigation and ultimately levy a decision. And we can do it in the form of either a money damage or tell them, you just can't do that anymore, in the form of an injunction. And if people don't like what we do, that's fine. They have appellate rights and they go to the Court of Common Pleas of Allegheny County. So far in our existence, we haven't been overturned yet, so we're pretty proud of that. But much of what we're doing today is on the positive side of things, and it's to recognize work and efforts that are done within the school districts and by students within our county. And we're very excited to hear from you today and recognize each of your accomplishments. And the only thing that I ask from you is that it not stop here and just simply be a resume build. Rather, it just be part of your mindset going forward, that you're part of your community and that you take pride in letting people know that everybody matters in their own way. And we don't have to necessarily like everybody, but we do have to love everybody. We need to get along. So I come from a background where it wasn't really predicted that I'd be in this role. I grew up a very typical suburban kid in different parts of the country. And if you had asked me when I was 25 if I was going to be the vice chairman of a human relations commission, I sure would not have thought that was likely the case. I certainly wouldn't have thought it when I was 16 or 17 years old. And I know for a fact, I didn't do any of the projects that you guys did. So you can evolve and change throughout the course of your life. You can teach an old dog new tricks like me. I'm in my mid 40s. But I'm really impressed by what you are already accomplishing and being recognized for today. And the person that's been elected by this county to be its governmental leader, Rich Fitzgerald, is here today. And I'm sure he's as proud as I am to see all the different faces of the students in this community that have done something in some way to enhance and improve your surroundings. So thank you. And I look forward to learning more about the awardees.
Thanks, Bill. Our county executive, Rich Fitzgerald, has been very supportive of this group and of this award for the past 4 years. He has participated each and every year, and by handing out the awards in person to the honorees. A little bit different today through this Zoom platform. Some of you younger kids probably are familiar with it. Someone old like me, we don't do it that much. But I'd like to introduce the county executive, Rich Fitzgerald.
Thanks, Dan, and Bill, thank you as well, and the whole board. I am so proud of the work that the board, continues to do, the commission continues to do, and this is a great initiative. And in these times of a pandemic, of economic challenges, and obviously now with many of the protests and demonstrations that are going on around just exactly what we're talking about: racism, diversity, the things that we need to continue to do as a society, and obviously haven't done enough, and there's still so much more to do. But the future really is going to be you students, and I'm so proud of you and your teachers and your parents and the administrations of your schools that get behind and support, but really the students who are doing the work and looking beyond maybe their own limited part of their neighborhood or wherever they are, to make sure they're as inclusive and diverse, to include everybody. Because one of the things about this region in Pittsburgh is, if we're going to move forward, we need everybody's talents. We need everybody to be participating in it, and nobody can be excluded based on their race, based on their gender, based on their ethnicity, based on their religious orientation, based on their sexual orientation. We want everybody's voice. We want everybody's seat to have a seat at the table, to be able to move this region forward in a very, very good way. And those of us of a certain age that are seen a lot of things in Pittsburgh and in Allegheny County, we know that we're certainly not perfect. We have a lot of improvements to make. Obviously, these days, law enforcement and police actions and those type of things are coming under the scrutiny, and deservedly so. And I think there's a lot of voices that we need to continue to hear from and see, whether they're at these demonstrations and a diverse group who want to hear their voices. It's really important. So, well, let me begin though, but also starting off with presenting these awards. I'm always proud to do this. Like Dan says, I do miss doing it in person. It's not the same, but we live in a new world right now. And maybe, as next year and as time goes on, we'll be able to go back to doing that. But it in no way takes away from your accomplishments, from the work that you've done, and the important work that we continue to need you to do as time goes on. So let me begin with Mount Lebanon High School. They are getting an award, and we want to present to the members of that group, Miguel Bracco, Joseph Harrington, Madison Jones, Muslimia, I'm going to try and do this right. I hope, Muslimia, I get this right. Mirza Konva, Marie Ometz, William Sandoval, and Samara Steinfield. And also from the creative, working with the Pittsburgh Creative and Performing Arts High School, we want to thank them for participating in the projects, and that would be Lila English, Ben Godley Fisher, Amara Jackson, and Aiden Maglev. And we're going to introduce Aiden Magley, I'm sorry. I know that name because I think I know somebody in that family. But anyway, I want to introduce Aiden Magley, to provide comments from the Pittsburgh Creative and Performing Arts School, Kappa. Aiden, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead. Take it away. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Executive Fitzgerald. Just a few more thank yous. I wanted to thank the Allegheny County Human Relations Commission and you, County Executive Rich Fitzgerald, for taking the time to recognize outstanding demonstrations of diversity in a world that increasingly needs it. Today, I'm the only speaker, but our accomplishment over a year ago is truly a testament to the value of togetherness. When 11 lives were lost at the hands of a terrorist spewing nothing but darkness and malice, no individual was prepared to progress. Only through the miracle of community, cooperation, and togetherness were we able to move forward. Thinking back, I truly believe that the entire goal of our project was to create some sense of togetherness among everyone that slid a pin through their shirts, backpacks, purses, or baseball caps. If that feeling, however small and fleeting, was enough to help even one person make it through one of those dark days, then this project has achieved its goal. My largest and most sincere thank you has to go to my friends and fellow awardees, Amira Jackson, Ben Godley Fisher, and Lila English, without whom I wouldn't be standing here today. Without Lila, we would have had only 2 pin designs and probably half of the money to donate to the Victims Relief Fund. Without Ben, we would have had many fewer pins and a lot less team spirit. And without Amira, we wouldn't have had any pins at all, since she was the only one with the physical strength to push down the button maker. It started out so small, with orders of 1 to 2 buttons for scads of people. And I still remember the fear and dread on all of our faces when the doctor from a local hospital came in with an order for 200, but we stuck it out and got it done. And finally, I just want to congratulate all of my fellow award winners from all different schools. I truly thank all of you for your hard work and dedication to bringing the inhabitants of this small world a little bit closer together. Thank you.
Thank you, Aiden. Congratulations to your team, and keep up the good work. And I think it was said previously, this isn't the end. We want you guys to obviously continue to contribute and do the great work moving on into the future. The next awardees are Quaker Valley High School and the Quaker Valley High School Cultural Alliance. They took multiple initiatives this year to promote diversity, acceptance, and understanding within the school. They hosted monthly lunch conversations for students and teachers to discuss issues of racial and gender-based inequality and cultural appropriation. They invited guests and speakers to provide perspective and deepen the understanding of these issues. Most notably, they organized a world beliefs discussion panel to spread awareness about cultures and religions and to clear misconceptions. Nearly 100 students and staff participated in this event, and students from South Fayette joined the event as well. And together they opened the dialogue about partnerships across schools and districts to combat insensitive behaviors and promote conversations and understanding across cultures and communities. And I don't know if Quaker Valley and South Fayette play each other in sports. Sometimes those rivalries get a little tough anyway. But let me announce the members and congratulate from the QV Quaker Valley High School Cultural Alliance: Hashon Carey, Olivia Gnad, Emma Grubb, Mira Kumar, Kaylin Morrow, Hudson Miller, Gwen Nace, Emma Parker, Vanessa Rasso, Eleanor Schlick, Zara Udu Harwala. I hope I said that right, Ulu. And I'm going to introduce Zara to provide comments from Quaker Valley High School, and hopefully I pronounced your name properly. Zara, are you there?
I am. Thank you for the award, Executive Head Fitzgerald. I think I'd like to begin by thanking all the members of the club, those that are present here today, those that aren't, and those that attend the events themselves, and our teachers, Ms. Keller and Mr. Cabelli, and all the other teachers that attend our events. Honestly, I think, in fact, we all think that a lot of the issues that stem in the greater world today are normalized or somehow allowed to happen in schools in some way or shape or form. And we hope that small conversations and initiatives to understand each other will essentially create bridges to help combat these issues, because that's kind of where it all starts. And I'm happy to say that within the past few years, we've noticed a difference by just the small things that we do. So thank you to everyone that's a part of this club, and we hope to make a lot of changes in the future. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Zara. Congratulations, and thank really everybody from the Quaker Valley School District High School for doing what you do. Again,
County
continue that great work.
County Executive, if I could just interrupt. You may, with the Zoom platform, you may not have gotten the most updated one. If we could just introduce Madison Jones from Mount Lebanon High School.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not have that name. I apologize.
That's fine.
Sorry about that, Madison. We're going to go back to Mount Lebanon High School. We did no slight. We didn't mean to do that, but congratulations, Madison, and we'd like to hear from you as well. Madison?
Yeah, hi, no problem at all. Thanks for turning it over to me. So I'm from Mount Lebanon High School, and we focused on a project that we dubbed Kindness Week. It was the first event of its kind at Mount Lebanon, but we're hoping that other future classes will continue to make it a tradition. So each day had a different activity. On Monday, we distributed name tags for students to wear and introduce themselves to each other in the halls, just greet people by name and take a moment to just really connect with each other in a way that we might not in the busyness of everyday activities. For Tuesday, we did a volunteer project, which I can give Samara a moment to talk about after I finish up here. And then Wednesday, we encouraged students to wear T-shirts that corresponded with showing support for various students and staff who are battling cancer in our communities. Then Thursday, we invited students to complete random acts of kindness. And to finish off the week on Friday, we asked students to wear a t-shirt that reflected some part of their personality, in addition to adding their name to our Levo pledge. So Kindness Week was a really awesome opportunity to take a few days to talk about inclusion and empathy, but ultimately we hope that the goals that we stressed throughout those 5 days stretch far beyond just 1 week.
Thank you, Madison. Did you say Samara is also going to present?
Yeah, Samara has to touch on our volunteer project a little bit and say our thank yous. So I'll
Samara Steinfeld, anxious to hear from you. Congratulations.
Thank you. So one main part of Kindness Week was our simple volunteering project. The Ronald McDonald House supports families while their children receive medical care, and the organization accepts bags for the families full of items like breakfast food or snacks. So during lunch periods, we invited students to fill paper bags with items like goldfish and little muffins. We also had an area for students to decorate the bags with uplifting messages and drawings. In the end, we had great participation and ended up sending the Ronald McDonald House about 300 breakfast and snack bags. We hope to have made these families' lives just a little easier in their difficult times. Thank you to the Human Relations Commission, County Executive Fitzgerald, and also Mr. DiNardo and his wife, who were very helpful during the project.
Thank you, Samara. And again, no slight, I screw up things on my own, so I'm glad Dan was able to get you guys back in here. Great work, continue the good work. Now we move on to South Fayette Township School District, who was working with Quaker Valley as well. But the South Fayette Student Diversity Leadership Committee, the SDLC, has allowed students of South Fayette Township School District to find like-minded people who are passionate about diversity, equity, and inclusion. Our definition of diversity goes beyond one's physical appearance, race, religion, sexuality, or disabilities. It shapes the way we think and affects our ability to form relationships. This is what makes the conversation about diversity pertinent. The SDLC promotes a safe place in which one can learn to embrace their individuality. It is also a place where people can become more knowledgeable about diversity and inclusion. Most importantly, it is a space where one's experiences materialize into ideas that can affect a wider range of people similar to them. We want to congratulate the members of the Student Diversity Leadership Committee, Zach Betts, Ance Rivera, Adi Balasarov, Aina Gupta, Joe Clark, Kira Stump, Burfin Birkin, Yamini Yapuri, Samiha Salim, and Mirin Awan. And I want to introduce Yamini Yapiri and Burfin Bakan to promote comments from the South Fayette Township School District. Whoever wants to go first, Yamini or Samara. Oh, I'm sorry, and Mirin Awan is Salim and Mirin Awan. Want to make sure they're both acknowledged as well. Congratulations, guys.
All right, I'm gonna go first, and I just want to acknowledge Zizi's also here. So I also want to congratulate her because she also helped us. And thank you, Mr. Fitzgerald. We would also like to quickly mention, oh, I already said that. Firstly, I would like to express how honored the Student Diversity Leadership Committee is to be recognized today. The existence of the Diversity Awards is a testament to Allegheny County's dedication to highlighting diversity and inclusion, and the quintessential example of a social handprint. My name is Basham Birjan, and Yamni is also here, and we are the co-chairs of the Student Diversity Leadership Committee. Earlier in the school year, when Yamni and I went searching for Dr. Herring, the Diversity and Inclusion Coordinator of the South Fayette School District, we had no idea what to expect. We were just two passionate seniors who wanted our multicultural identities to not only be known, but recognized and respected as well. Little did we know that our goal was a reflection of what the SDLC's vision would become, a window into diverse cultures and people. And Yam is gonna say the rest.
Is Yamini there?
I don't know if she got disconnected.
I thought it was only people like us that got disconnected because we didn't. People of our
Okay.
generation, right, Dan?
That's
Can you
right.
hear me?
Yeah.
Is
Sorry.
Yamini there?
Okay. Perfect.
There you are. Okay. We
All
want to
right.
hear you. Go ahead.
Thank you. The SDLC boasts a gamut of diverse individuals, and throughout many committee meetings, we formed unique bonds with every member. It was like we all had an unspoken understanding of each other already. All of us, in some way, belong to an underrepresented minority. Hence, we fiercely support each other because we understand that we can't always understand each other's challenges. This is the culture of empathy we continue to encourage in our school through our hashtag Handprints Heal Footprints campaign. A concept coined by Dr. Gregory Norris, handprints are positive actions we take to offset social footprints, which are intentional or unintentional negative actions. Our goal is to spread handprints in institutions like our school and our community in hopes of combating systemic discrimination and ridding the world of its social footprints. So thank you again for recognizing our hard work and encouraging us to pursue this vision. This is truly just the beginning.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Are we hearing from anybody else from South Fayette?
Go Lions.
This is it.
That's it. Okay. Well, let's go on to last, but certainly not least, the West Mifflin area middle school and high school. The West Mifflin High School and Middle School Gay Straight Alliance created an LGBT plus Zine. A Zine is a small circulation, self-published work of original or appropriated text and images. It was used as an informational resource to educate and inspire the West Mifflin School District Board of Directors on LGBTQ issues. In addition, it was utilized to persuade them to support the transgender, gender expansive student non-discrimination policy that was proposed by the High School and Middle Schools Association in January 2020. We attended numerous meetings with administrative, board members, and advocates. More than a dozen people, including students, parents, teachers, and allies, spoke at the January and February regular board meetings. We were successfully able to persuade the board to unanimously vote to forward the proposal to the policy committee for final review and adoption. Unfortunately, COVID-19 delayed the progress, but we intend to pick up where we left off in March. Let me introduce Alex Collins, representing the West Mifflin Area School Gay Straight Alliance, and the AG Miles Fleury, representing the West Mifflin Area High School Gay Straight Alliance. Alex, are you there? Do we have Alex or AG? Is AG there? Go ahead, AG, take it away. Congratulations.
Thank you. So hello, everyone. My name is A.G. Miles Fleury. My pronouns are they, them, and I am a member of the West Mifflin Area High School GSA. Today, I will be sharing with you the purpose of our zine. Now, as you already heard the definition of a zine, we used it to, as we were presenting our transgender gender expansive non-discrimination policy to our school board, we presented our zine to the board members. This was not only to help inform them of the troubles in our community, but to also influence them to want to create a safer environment for transgender and gender expansive students. They voted to move it to the policy committee for a final review before publicly outlining voting, but COVID-19 unfortunately halted our progress temporarily. But this was not all done because of one zine. Both our middle and high school GSAs would especially like to thank, and I do apologize if I mess up anyone's names, Mr. Seich, Mr. Price, and the rest of the commissioners for your support and for this award today. Devin Brown and Maura Kalida from the Pittsburgh Public School District, Ted Hoover from the Prasad Center, Becazela Muni from Dreams of Hope, Jason Lucarelli from the Allegheny County Department of Youth and Families, Juliet Rao from Public Source, the Andy Warhol Museum, all of the West Mifflin administrators, board members, teachers, staff, parents, and students who share in our fight, and most importantly, Mr. Jason Lando Goodman from Pennsylvania Youth Congress. As you can see, with the help of many people and organizations, we will continue to push and to make progress and to succeed in our mission. West Mifflin School District must adopt the proposed transgender gender expansive student non-discrimination policy. Thank you.
Thank you, AG, and congratulations to West Mifflin, and thanks for the work that you continue to do. And let me again just thank all of you and congratulate you for the great work that you're doing. But we want to again make sure that that work continues. We're counting on you to continue to make this region and this place better for everybody, more welcoming than it is right now. And it's your future leadership in the schools, in corporate America, in workplaces, all throughout the community. Maybe board members someday at the ACHRC, and maybe as county executive or Congress or whatever position you want to do. But we need your energy, we need your advocacy. And again, I'm very, very proud of all of you, and also extremely proud of the work that the commission has been able to do to identify such good student organizations for the great work that they do. Thanks and congratulations.
Thank you, County Executive Fitzgerald, and all the students. I think your teachers or representatives may have given out the awards to you. We distributed them. If you happen to have them with you, if you can please, show them. Does anyone have them? Well, trust me, we handed them out, so hopefully you'll have them. And I'd like at this time introduce one of our commissioners, Marlon Woods. Marlon?
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Rich Fitzgerald, for your leadership. Thank you to the rest of the commission. It is an honor and a pleasure to be here to witness what I'm seeing that is revolutionary in nature. To see the diverse backgrounds of every student represented here is an incredible thing to me. We all know the hour, the season that we're in, with the happenings going on outside our front doors and in town with protesting and folks who believe that they do not have a voice now making their voices heard. This is not necessarily a unique time, but it is a different time. We have a responsibility to respond differently than we have before. Quite frankly, the responsibility is a response and not a reaction. There is a difference between the two. Separate yourselves from those who react, from those who respond. I'd like to thank the students of Mount Lebanon High School, the Creative and Performing Arts High School, Quaker Valley High School, South Fayette School District, West Mifflin High School, West Mifflin Middle and High Schools. Your contribution to the ideals of equality and justice are celebrated with intense fervor. It is inspiring to see the intentional participation toward a unification of communities that respond to the failings of society in such a beautiful motion. In a time when unrest has risen to oppose the irresponsible, your commitment to action is needed now. Actions of love, compassion, consideration, and truth are the qualities of true leadership in the efforts of peace to live freely in a productive society. You have a responsibility to continue the worthy morals of standard. Very soon, the country will look to you all for a demonstration of selflessness, that your example of leadership reminds us of our convictions of responsibility with focus on each other. So I congratulate you on this prestigious honor. I say well done, and I say we look forward to next year. Thank you all. Congratulations.
Wow, thank you, Marlon, for those passionate words and your great speech. I love listening to him speak in our meetings. I must say that. I've told him that several times. He's a great speaker. I don't know, Rich, we're actually done ahead of schedule this year. Do you have any further comments?
I certainly miss shaking the hands and congratulating in person, but I guess we're all kind of getting used to that a little bit. I'm sure they're missing their classmates and their students, as we're all missing a lot of our activities that we normally do. It's ironic today we're, as a region, going into the green, so we can do a few more things. People can get their hair cut, and they go to the gym, they go to a restaurant, et cetera, et cetera. So, but and I get to say this a lot, and I will continue, be safe. And for our students out there, continue to be a great example of responsible leadership around diversity. Certainly you would do that. As a student, you're doing that, and want to make sure you do that around health as well. So congratulations to everybody. Thank you again to the students, the parents, obviously great mentors that are helping craft and encourage the next generation of leadership, which is so important to this region. So thanks, Dan. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Vice Chair and members of the board, continue the good work that you're doing. Let's continuing to make better Allegheny County, the Pittsburgh region, a better place to live. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, and have a good day and a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Congratulations to everyone.